Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So this is Bhakti Rasa Amrita Sindhu. So some quick questions regarding the book. So how many divisions are there in this book in Bhakti Rasa Amrita Sindhu? You can raise your hand.
4 divisions.
Yeah, please raise your hand so that one can answer. Yeah. So there are 4 divisions on this Bhakti Rasa Amrita Sindhu. And which division are we studying now? Yes, Sureshwar Priya Mataji.
Purva, Eastern Division.
Yes, Mataji. Eastern Division we are going to study. And what are the different laharis in this Eastern Division?
Samanya.
Yes, yeah. First one.
Samanya Bhakti.
Samanya Bhakti. Okay, somebody else can please. Yeah. Deepti Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji Dandvat Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Samanya Bhakti, Sadhana Bhakti, Bhava Bhakti, Prema Bhakti.
Yes, correct.
Hare
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare.
Today we will be continuing to the 6 characteristics of the Samanya Bhakti. That is, what are the 6 characteristics? This comes under the category of Samanya Bhakti because we have not yet started the principles of Sadhana Bhakti or Bhava Bhakti or Prema Bhakti. So we are still in the Lahari of Samanya Bhakti. Samanya Bhakti division is giving the definition of pure devotional service, which we have already studied in the last session. Today we will be studying about these 6 characteristics. So in the beginning of this book, we have the Mangalacharan, and the author of the book, Rupa Goswami, is explaining what is the purpose of writing this book, which is called as Vastu Nirdeshta. And also he has given the obeisances, which is called as Namaskara to the Lord and Guru Parampara. And also the Ashirvada, that is the benediction given to all the devotees who are studying these books, this book particularly. So Vastu Nirdeshta, Ashirvada, and the Namaskara. This forms the first part of the Mangalacharan of this book. And in the second part, there is a definition for pure devotional service. Anya Abhilashita Shunyam Jnana Karmadi Anavratam Anukulyena Krishnanushilanam Bhakti Uttama. So what is Uttama Bhakti? That is defined in the second part of this Samanya Bhakti. Now in the third part of this Samanya Bhakti division or the Lahari, we are going to study these characteristics. Shri Shri Radha Govind ki jai, Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. In the last class, we have seen the definition of pure devotional service with respect to Swarupa and Tatastha Lakshana. What are the Swarupa Lakshana and what are the Tatastha Lakshana that we have studied in the last class? And then examples of pure devotion and mixed devotion. Pure devotion means the devotion which is not mixed with other types of activities like karma, jnana, or yoga. This is Ashtanga yoga. Other than that, if somebody is performing only devotion, unalloyed devotion to the Lord, then it's called as pure devotional service. In today's session, this is the third and last part of the Samanya Bhakti, that is 6 characteristics of pure devotional service. So in the Samanya Bhakti, we will be studying about what we are going to achieve or what is our goal in spirituality. Then after that, in the next second Lahari, we will be studying about what are the process that we have to follow to achieve that goal. This is the shloka given by Rupa Goswami in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1.1.17. Kleshagni Shubhada Moksha Lagutakrit Sudurlabha Sandrananda Visheshatma Shri Krishna Karshini Chasa. This shloka gives 6 characteristics that a person can feel when he or she performs the devotion to Lord Shri Krishna. We'll be studying in detail what are the different parts in this, what are the different characteristics that is explained. So it is described in this way. First one is Kleshagni, brings immediate relief from all kinds of material distress. When a person comes to devotional service, immediately all his difficulties, material distress will be gone away. This is like when a child is crying, it is crying like anything. It wants something, but the child, it cannot express what it wants, but still it is crying loudly, and everyone is looking at the child, but nobody is able to understand why the child is crying, and nobody is able to pacify the child also. The child will not keep quiet by anybody's endeavor. But as soon as the child comes to the lap of its mother, suddenly it will stop crying. So that is the magic. So mother can immediately pacify the child. When the jiva is present in this material world, it doesn't know what it actually needs. We will be looking for so many things. We'll try in many ways. Maybe if I get this, I'll become happy. Maybe if I get this, I'll become happy. But no way a person can completely feel the satisfaction by getting any kind of material possession, because we don't know what we know, what we want. That is the difficulty. But Krishna knows what is my problem. So as soon as a person comes in contact with the Lord, with a devotee of the Lord, when a devotee of the Lord takes him to the devotional service, when he engages in the service of the Lord, immediately all the material distress will be removed. He will become peaceful. This we can feel whenever we visit a temple. All our external, the tensions, whatever we have outside, whatever stress we have, it will all become calm. Everything gets nullified. It becomes zero. Once again, if we go out, it will come on us, and it will start creating problem. But at that particular moment, as long as we are serving the Lord in any way, just like we can offer some flower to the Lord, or we can clean the temple, or we can hear to a lecture, or we can take a book and read, or we can take the darshan of the Lord. In this way, any kind of service that we take in a temple, It will bring all our material distress into zero. Immediately the person feels the presence of the Lord in the temple, because that environment is like that. The place is so nice, so that the person will feel the happiness. And then Shubhada. Shubhada means is the beginning of all auspiciousness. The holy name of the Lord is all auspicious. At any particular time, we can chant the glory of the Lord. If we have some ceremony at the house, say for example, a newborn child is there, at that time we chant the holy name of the Lord. Or if somebody has died in the house, then also we chant the holy name of the Lord. So it is always good. Either the situation is good or bad, the situation is happy situation or it is a sad situation. In both cases, the holy name of the Lord can be chanted. So it is all auspicious. It brings auspiciousness in both conditions. Either it may be a happy moment or it may be a sad moment. The holy name of the Lord brings happiness. So it is Shubhada. If a person is very much distressed in his life, he has lost everything in his life, he has no hope in his life for anything, but still Krishna consciousness can bring Shubhada. It can bring a new hope in his life. Or a person who is fully successful in his life, he has achieved everything in his life. Whatever a person hopes for accomplishment, he has achieved it. Again, Krishna consciousness can only bring him Shubhada, because whatever he has achieved, it is all temporary. But if he uses that facility for serving the Lord, then only it will bring Shubhada. Otherwise, that particular success itself can bring him down, because it can bring pride and the person can fall down. So it will protect whatever we have and it will give what we need. So that is the Shubhada. Krishna consciousness brings Shubhada. So these are the two characteristics that is visible in a person when he enters into spiritual life. Then remaining characteristics, they will be achieved gradually. They will not be visible at the immediate state of practice. It will be achieved much later as we go on practicing Krishna consciousness. So what is that other than that? That is moksha laghutakrit. When a person performs devotional service, derides even the conception of liberation. The devotional service to Krishna is so nice that the person don't even think of getting liberated from this place. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Mama Janmani Janmanishware Bhavatat Bhakti Rahaitu Kitve. Janmani means what? It is not telling that I want liberation. I can take as many births as possible. Whatever number of births I have to come back here, no problem. But I want your devotion. I want to be a devotee and be in the association of the devotees. Then only I can, that is what I would need in my life. That is moksha laghutakrit. I don't care for the liberation. Then sudurlabha. This devotional service, pure devotional service, it is very, very rare to achieve. It is not so easy. Everyone cannot do it. It's very difficult process. Why it is told so? Because whenever a person comes to Krishna consciousness, there are so many things that happens in his life. First of all, he will come out of all the problems and he will feel the happiness. And then there are so many material benefits that will be available. And because of which the person can get deviated for such things. Because if at all the person is not free from the material desire, those material desires only get fulfilled as we go on chanting Hare Krishna mantra. It will not give us attraction to the holy name or to the Lord. So it is very rarely achieved. Those who start Manushanam Sahasreshu Kashchit Yatati Siddhaye Yatatamapi Siddhanam Kashchin Mambeti Tattvataha. There are so many people who try to practice devotion or the spiritual practice, but there are very, very rare people. Yatatamapi Siddhanam. Even among those people who have achieved some perfection, they also cannot understand what is Krishna. So these two will be visible in the Bhava Bhakti state. The first two are present in the Sadhana Bhakti. And the third and fourth will be visible in the Bhava Bhakti. And the last two, they are visible only in the Prema Bhakti. That is Sandrananda Visheshatma. Automatically puts one in transcendental pleasure. This transcendental pleasure is available at the state of Prema. That is pure devotional service, the ninth state. Shraddha, Sadhu, Sangha, Bhajana, Kriya, Anartha, Nivritti, Nishtha, Asakti, Bhava, Prema. The ninth state, whatever we have, at that point of time, the person is able to feel Sandrananda Visheshatma. He will get that transcendental pleasure, which is so attractive that the person will not come back anymore. He don't care for the material pleasure. The material pleasure is very, very small. Even the pleasure that is available by this Brahman realization also becomes very like in front of a ocean, it will become like a drop of water. That is the amount of pleasure that a person feels when he comes to this state. And finally, Sri Krishna Akarshini. Pure devotional service is the only means to attract Krishna. If we are able to attract Krishna, then our life is successful. If Krishna looks at us, at our endeavor to serve him, and if he smiles at us, then our life is successful. There is nothing more to achieve in our life. But that is not so easy, because you cannot attract Krishna by anything, because he is Bhagavan. He has all the opulences in full. So either I cannot bribe Krishna because he is Lakshmipati. Everything belongs to him only. Or I cannot show my knowledge to Krishna and I cannot attract him. Or beauty or power, nothing can attract Krishna. Not even the Vairagya. That also cannot attract Krishna. Then what can attract Krishna is only this, the love for him, pure devotional service. The devotional service without any contamination, performed only to please Krishna, with an intention to please Krishna, can attract Krishna. And that is very difficult to achieve. That is Krishna Karshini. It can purchase Krishna. The pure devotees, they have Krishna in their pocket. So Krishna has become an instrument in their hand, or they will be able to control Krishna. That is the state in which Krishna is in the hands of these devotees. So Krishna can give himself only to those people who are pure devotees of him, not otherwise. So these are the 6 characteristics that one should remember in pure devotional service. So this is the sadhana bhakti. When we perform sadhana bhakti, there are 2 parts. One is kleshagni and shubhada. So kleshagni means he will be relieved from all the distress, and shubhada, it will bring all the auspiciousness. And as a person moves to bhava bhakti, 2 more things will happen: moksha lagutakrit and sudurlabha. And as a person come to prema bhakti, all the 6 characteristics will be visible in the person. Now, by knowing these 6 characteristics, we should understand, where do I stand? Because generally this happens when a person chants the holy name of the Lord for a long period of time. They feel, oh, okay, I have advanced in my spirituality. I have achieved something. But are you able to feel these characteristics? So these are the benchmark or the milestone when we are traveling. So are you able to feel the Moksha Lagutakrit or Sudurlabha, Sadhananda Visheshatma or Sri Krishna Karshini? If yes, then okay, you can say you are advancing. Or are you still struggling in the sadhana bhakti itself, or still struggling in the anartha nivritti? Then you're still, there is a lot more to go. There is a long way to cover. So this is how it is. Sadhana bhakti, Sudurla, Shubhada, Kleshagni Shubhada, Moksha Lagakrit Sudurlabha is Bhava Bhakti, and Prema Bhakti is Sandrananda Visheshatma, Shri Krishna Akarshan. Klesha means material suffering. Klesha adhikatarastesham avyaktasakta chetasa. Krishna uses the word in Bhagavad Gita. It's very, very difficult to perform impersonal devotional service. So it is klesha, the suffering. Agni or Ghna is for destroying. This devotional service can destroy all our kleshas or material problems. Pure devotional service brings immediate relief from all kinds of material distress. Immediate, the word immediate is very important. In Srimad Bhagavatam also, Vyasadeva uses this word, immediate, tatshanat. Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni Krite Kimva Parairishwaraha Sadhyo Hridyavaruddyatetra Kritibihi Churushushubihi Tatshanat. That means, as soon as a person starts reading Srimad Bhagavatam, immediately all the difficulties, whatever is present in his heart, all the contaminations which are present in his heart, immediately it will be removed. Tatshanat. So that effect will be immediately visible. And that is what attracts all the devotees towards the devotional service. So somehow or other, we should engage ourselves and others in the devotional service, whatever way possible. Ena kena prakarena. Somehow or other, your family members, your relatives, your neighbors, your colleagues, somehow or other, you engage them in devotional service. You can make them to eat prasadam. You can make them to come and attend any of the temple program. You can make them to dance in the kirtan, or hear some lecture, or hear some kirtan. Somehow or other, put some sweet in their mouth. It's like eating some sugar candy. Somehow you put that sugar candy in their mouth. And once they get that taste, then there is a hope. One day they will come again back. Oh, it was so nice. I want to taste that once again. So they will come again and again. So it will become a practice for them. Kleshagni, that is stopping all the material distress. Now let us analyze what are the different types of sufferings that we have. Kleshastu papam tad bijam avidya cheti te tridha. There are three kinds of klesha, or the suffering happens because of three things. One is papam, that is the sinful reaction. Other one is bijam, material desires. And other one is avidya, that is ignorance. Even in general terms, we can understand avidya, how ignorance makes a person to make mistake. Unknowingly, a person doesn't know, say for example, a person doesn't know what is traffic rule. Then he will cross the line, or he will cross the signal. Then he gets punished. That is ignorance. Or if we don't give any education to the children, they will get deviated from the right path. That is avidya. if a person doesn't know how to behave well, or if he doesn't know what is the etiquettes, if it is not taught, it is certain that he will make some mistake or some sinful activity. It will happen. He will disobey someone, or he will create some problem and get into trouble. This is all because of the avidya, or ignorance. Doesn't know what is to be done, what is not to be done. Then next one comes the material desire, or bijam. What is bijam? In common language, we say bija means seed. The seed, if you put in the ground, it will sprout and it will give a new plant. And what that new plant will do, it will grow and it will produce more seeds, and that seed will once again produce some more plants. Like that, it will be like a chain reaction. More plants, more seed, more seeds, more plants, it goes on. So that's the material desire. A simple example, we can say, a child, there are two children. One child is having some toy and it is playing with that toy. Another child looks at that toy and it will cry to its mother, I also want that. Or the child sees the balloon. Then the child say, I also want the balloon. Because why? That child has. I saw in his hand, so I also want. So how he got this desire? It is because of the association. When we associate in the world with so many types of people, we will see many things with them. We see they have so nice car, they have so nice mobile, or they have that, they have this. So by seeing these things, we get attracted and we also feel, I also want that. He is so famous, I also want to become like that. He is having that, I also want that. So these all are bija. And even if we are talking to someone, they can put so many bijas into our heart. And we whole life struggle to fulfill that bija or satisfy that bija. So that bija, it will sprout. And because of that, there is suffering. As long as we have material desires, because material desires can be fulfilled only by taking some trouble. Nothing is available for free. One has to suffer. That is ignorance and material desire. And other one is papam, sinful reaction. Reaction means the action which we already done. Now the reaction is coming. The Newton's third law. So that is sinful reaction. Whatever we have done earlier, for that we are getting some reaction. Just like a prisoner. Why he is inside the prison? Because he has done some criminal activity. That criminal activity is the action, and being is a prison house is the reaction. Similarly, when we have done something, some activity, some action in our previous life, generally it is previous life. Because our sinful activities are so much that it will be gradually released. So that reaction, it is coming now. It is getting fructified. That is papam. The devotional service to Krishna can destroy all the avidya, bijam, and papam at once. As long as a person begins to chant the holy name of the Lord, it is going to put a full stop for papam, bijam, and avidya. Immediately everything will be stopped. This is the greatest benefit, the immediate benefit a person gets when he comes to Krishna consciousness. So if we really want to benefit someone, if you really want to make some help to someone, it is to bring that person to Krishna consciousness. When we bring him to Krishna consciousness, it will give him the ultimate benefit. That is removal of papam, bijam, and avidya. Now, in the sinful reaction again, there are two parts. One is aprarabdham, other one is prarabdham. Aprarabdham means immature or unmanifest. Prarabdham means mature or manifested. This can answer our question why there are people who do good and they suffer, and there are people who do so much of sinful activities, still they don't suffer. This is the answer. When we perform a sinful activity or any mistake we do, it will not be immediately given the reaction. If you take ice cream today, you may get cold tomorrow. If a person starts smoking today, he may get lung cancer after few years. Or like that. There are many reactions that needs some time for getting fructified. If you put a banana plant, it will take 1 year to give the fruit. If you are putting a seed of a mango, it will take 10 years to give the fruit. Or the coconut tree. It will take its own time for fructifying. So that is the period in which it will give the reaction. So now at the present moment, whatever reaction we are getting for our previous karma, it is done long back. All the activities that we are doing, it will be recorded. It is like a bank. We are earning every day. We are earning our monthly salary, and everything is going for our salary account. It is just getting accumulated there more and more. And we will use it after whenever needed. Maybe at the month end or beginning of the month, something we drag, and later on we will plan something for that money and we distribute into so many places. So that is how you use it. So there is a place where all the activities, all the actions that are stored, and for that the reactions are coming. It is not only the papam, it's also true for the punya. Everything gets stored and gradually it will give the reaction. So at this present moment, what is getting fructified, based on that we will be happy or distressed, materially speaking. If we see that somebody is doing all kinds of sinful activity and still the person is happy, that is because his whatever punya he has done, that reaction is coming now. And if somebody has done all good work in his whole life, still is suffering because some reaction is coming because of his previous karma. That is the aprarabdha and prarabdha karma. Some people say, when they suffer too much, they say, this is all because of my prarabdha, I have to suffer. There is no other way. So that is how the person take this. That is a sinful reaction, aprarabdham and prarabdham. Yeah, anybody would like to read can raise their hand. Sarita Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Papam. Sinful activities are of two kinds, those that are mature and those which are not mature. The sinful activities for which we are suffering at the present moment are called mature. The many sinful activities stored within us for which we have not yet suffered are considered immature. Chapter 1, page 4. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. So in this way, here the sinful activities, either they are mature or immature, and what we are now suffering or enjoying, it is the fructified or the prarabdha karma that we are getting now at this present moment. Shri Hari Priya Mataji, can you read this?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Amadhyeya Shravananukirtanat Yat Pravardhanat Yat Samardhanat Api Kavachit Swadopi Sadhyaye Swanaya Kalpate Utah Punaste Bhagwan Nu Darshanak.
Read the translation.
Papam. Even a person born in a family of dog eaters immediately becomes eligible to perform Vedic sacrifices if he once utters the holy name of the Supreme Personality of Godhead or chants about him. hears about his pastimes, offers him obeisances, or even remembers him. Devhuti to Kapil Deva, Srimad Bhagavatam 3.33.6. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Right. Thank you, Mataji. So this is the glory of holy name of the Lord, the devotional service to the Lord. Even a person who is born in the family of a dog eater, the Mlecha or Yavana or the Chandala, what we say, even though the person has done so much of sinful reactions, sinful activities, still, if he starts chanting the holy name of the Lord, then he'll be immediately glorified. He'll be eligible for performing Vedic sacrifices. So that is the glory of the Supreme Lord. Nama Chintamani Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purna Shuddha Nitya Mukta Abhinatvat Nama Namine. The holy name of the Lord and the Lord himself, there is no difference. Both are same. Abhinatvat Nama Nami. Nama means the name. Nami means the person who's to whom the name belongs. In the spiritual platform, it is in the absolute platform. So Nama and Nami, there is no difference. If you say Krishna, 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 it is Krishna himself what you have in your tongue. But if you say when you are thirsty, water, 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 it will not remove the thirst. The object water and the name water, it is different. In English, we may say water, or in other languages, we may call in different ways. But the name is different from the object. The Nama and Nami, there is difference. But for Krishna, Abhinnatvat Nama Namine, there is no difference. So when we start chanting the holy name of the Lord, it is as good as having Krishna with us. He is present in our tongue. So that's why we should take the holy name of the Lord with a lot of respect. So that is when we chant the holy name of the Lord, when we are early morning chanting or we are doing Sankirtan, it is like we are associating with the Lord. Deepti Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Papam, one who is engaged in Krishna consciousness and devotional service has without doubt become freed from all contaminations of material sinful activities. Devotional service, therefore, has the power to actually nullify all kinds of reactions to sinful deeds. Chapter 1, page 5. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. In the offenses that we have towards the chanting of the holy name, the seventh offense is performing devotional service and also parallelly doing sinful activities or performing sinful activities at the strength of the chanting of holy name. This is the seventh offense. That means when a person comes to Krishna consciousness, all his papam will be removed. The sinful reactions will be stopped. But it should not be taken as an advantage. Somebody can say, oh, now I got an idea how I can remove all the sinful activities, sinful reactions. So do whatever you want, any kind of sinful activity, and then you go and chant the holy name of the Lord. So everything will be nullified. It is like a thief. He can do any kind of theft and any kind of activity, and then somehow he can get rid of it. He got some process through which he can get rid of it. If you are making this kind of business, then Krishna says that you will never advance. You will never get the holy name of the Lord. If you are using the holy name for nullifying your sinful reaction and again committing the same sins. Why this sin will be removed immediately? Otherwise, we cannot perform devotional service at all. Because devotion to Krishna is possible only by those people who are devotees of the Lord. Unless a person is a devotee, he cannot perform devotional service. And unless a person performs devotional service, he cannot become a devotee. It's like a lock. You cannot solve this riddle. If you want to go back to Godhead, then you should be a pure devotee. And if you want to become a pure devotee, then you should be in the spiritual world. So which one to do first? That's why Krishna and Guru, they makes the process easy, because you have started the process. Okay, I will remove your sinful reaction, or I will remove all the obstacles that are present, which are stopping you from performing devotional service. This is the promise the spiritual master makes at the time of initiation. He will remove all your sinful reactions, and he will make the path towards the devotional service to Krishna easy, so that our devotion to Krishna begins. But that should not be taken as an advantage to perform more sinful activity. Then the problem becomes more complicated, and the person will lose all kinds of hopes in his spiritual life. Jayanti Mataji.
Aprartha, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Aprartha phalam papam kutam bijam phalonmukham kramenaiva praliyeta Vishnu Bhakti Ratatmana. Padmapurna Bhagavad Gita 9.2 purport.
Read the translation.
Papam. It is stated in the Padma Purana that there are 4 kinds of effects due to sinful activities. All these 4 effects become immediately vanquished for those who surrender unto Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu, and become engaged in his devotional service in full Krishna consciousness. Chapter 1, page 6. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. So these are the 4 reactions that we get. Papam. When a person performs papam, that is when he is engaged in the sinful activity, first it will take the form of a aprarabdha. That means there is a seed that is created, which is unmanifested. Nobody can make out. Then it becomes prarabdha. Gradually it takes some time, then it will fructify, it will manifest itself. It's also called as phalonmukham. Phala means the fruit. Either punya is also true. If you do the punya, immediately you don't get the reaction. It will take some time to give the reaction. And again, it is not only so much, it is also doing one more thing, that is, it will create a chain reaction. You cannot say, okay, I have done some papam, finally it will come to prarabdha, and I will enjoy or suffer, then it's over. No, not so much. There is another branch of it. What it does, it creates kutam. That means sinful propensity. Then that sinful propensity, it will create the bijam, the sinful desire. And from that, again, this bijam, it will go back to papam. So this is the cycle, and this is the byproduct. So what you are suffering here now, it is just a reaction of it, or it's a byproduct of it. The real problem is here. We have to solve this problem. A person who is, okay, take the example of a drunkard who consumes alcohol. First, he will take the alcohol, papam. It is aprarabdha. He can hide for some time. When he begins drinking, nobody will come to know. Then it will come to know, somebody will come to know by his character. One day he will get caught, prarabdha. He has to suffer for that. He will be getting some diseases. Then doctors will come to know. They will ask, are you consuming alcohol? Then he has to accept yes. Then he will have liver cirrhosis, or smoking means some lung cancer, all those things he has to suffer. Okay, now suffered everything. Okay, enough. I have taken medicines. Let me stop. Will he be able to stop? No, because there is one more hand here. This is not allowing you to stop. That is kutam. Propensity is there. Propensity for consuming alcohol, propensity for smoking. That has not gone away. So even though you have suffered for prarabdha, kutam is still there. And this kutam will bring the bijam. What happens? He will take the medicines, he gets cured himself, and then again that propensity will come. Okay, let me have once. Now I'm okay. Now I'm feeling fine. Let me take to that once again. Let me go back. Kutam, propensity. Then he will plan how to get the alcohol or how to get the cigarette. Then he will engage again. And now the speed is more. When you start in the beginning, when a person is in sinful activity, he will be slowly going. But as he practices it, it goes very fast. Kutam bijam phalam. Immediately it comes to phalam, and he has already done the sinful activity. And again it will come to prarabdha. And again it will strengthen the propensity. The propensity becomes more strong, more and more strong, and then it will take him to the next life also. And even after the death, he has to suffer. He is suffering in this world, and also after death, he has to suffer for the reaction. So this is a cycle. Devotional service can uproot kutam and bijam also. If we do any prayashchitta means some karma kanda, just like if you have done some hatya, like there are different kinds of Brahma hatya or Sri hatya or Bala hatya. There are many great sinful activities that are described. If somebody has done such kind of activities also, there are prayashchitta. You do this, you will be free from this sinful reaction. So you can only solve this prarabdha, but not this kutam and bijam. It will remain. Just like if you are removing the grass from the land, if by cutting it or by burning it, the root will be there within the land only. It will remain. As soon as there is a rain, it will come out. So as soon as there is a conducive environment for having any kind of sinful reaction, either smoking or drinking, either you meet your old friends, or you will get that same old difficulties in your life, the person will go back to his original state once again. But devotional life, devotional service to Krishna will protect you from all these problems, either kutam or from bijam. This is practical. You can ask many people. They say, I have tried all the ways to stop this drinking habit or smoking habit. It never happened. But after coming to Krishna consciousness, after eating prasadam, after associating with devotees, I don't know how did I give it up. It just goes away. You just get the purification. It happens within few weeks or few months. You feel that effect. It happens immediately actually, but you will have the feeling that, oh, I have given up. You will feel it immediately. But otherwise, you cannot give it up for so many years, or you cannot, for the whole life, he may struggle. He'll not be able to give it up because there is no positive engagement. The senses, they need some kind of engagement. If you don't give good, then it will go for bad. Param drishtva nivartate. If you get the higher taste, you will give up the lower taste. Sarita Kapoor Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Papam, the vices in their different stages of development are analyzed herein. Falon Mukam, vice is that which we may be undergoing at the present stage of life. Bijam vice is in the seedling process by our desires of different types. Kutam is prior to the stage of Bijam, that is in the germinating stage.
Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So in this way, the Kutam, Bijam, Prarabdha, Aprarabdha, everything gets destroyed when a person performs devotion to Lord Krishna. Sureshwar Priya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Pabam. Aprarabdha is the fountain source of all, and from this storehouse of vicious life, all other stages develop, and all these stages of vicious life become at once switched off by adoption of the devotional service. Back to Godhead Magazine, 1944, Volume 1, Parts 1 to 4. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you very much, Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. So Aprarabdha is the fountain source. It is the ocean. We have a lot of bank balance of our Aprarabdha. It is coming. It's like a big ocean that we have made. Papa, the sinful activities. It is giving little by little. If we get all the reactions at a time for us, we will not be able to live. The person will get frustrated and he will give up his life if he gets all the reactions of his life. Or even the punya, if all the punya comes at a time to us, we will not be able to handle it. It's like a person, when a person got a lottery of a very big wealth, a lot of amount he got, and he became so happy, he laughing, he left his life because he could not take that happiness. So either distress or happiness, both we cannot handle. The body is so fragile, it is so delicate, it cannot even handle difficulty or the happiness. Just like in the electricity we have, if the high voltage comes, suddenly there is a trip, it will stop. Then it will not allow the power to come in anymore. Then once again you have to solve it. Similarly, when there is a lot of happiness or a lot of distress, the person will lose its consciousness. Suddenly he'll become unconscious or he'll fall down. So this is the amount of sinful reactions or sinful activity that we have performed. But because it is not possible to suffer or enjoy those things, it is made a stock. It's like a fountain source. Gradually, slowly, it will be relieved. So what happens when we can feel this in our life. Sometimes there is something good comes, and after that something bad, then something good, something bad, like that. There is someone who is managing these things. There is someone who is sending these difficulties, problems, and happiness in this world to each and every person. Nobody is constantly happy or constantly distressed. Even somebody is inside this prison house, he has a reason for laughing there also. There also he will show some smiling face in his face. Because there is something to laugh or something to become happy at that particular moment also. At any particular state of life, the person will feel comfortable, even among animals. So happiness and distress, it's a part of life. Tasyeva heto prayateta kovido na labhyate yad brahmatam upariyadaha. Tallabhyate dukkava danyata sukam kalena sarvatra gabira ramhasa. Means, if a person wants to really work for something, he has to work which is not available in 14 planetary systems. Tasyeva heto prayateta kovido. Prayateta, one should do the prayatna if he is really kovida. Kovida means intelligent. Prayateta kovida. Na labhyate brahmatam upariyadaha. Either in the heavenly planet or in the hell, any places, if something is not available, what is that? Prayateta kovida. Na labhyate yad brahmatam upariyadaha. Tallabhyate dukkava danyata sukam. The distress comes on its own. Nobody is going to try for it. Nobody is going to make any plan for getting the distress. Similarly, the happiness also comes. You don't have to make any special endeavor for that. Kalena sarvatra gabira ramhasa. As the time passes, these things keeps coming. So what you have to do, you have to perform devotional service. You should perform activities to come out of this cycle of birth and death. That is the one which is not given for free. Otherwise, all these reactions are coming one after another. Just you just going on suffering on for that. Either it is happiness or distress, both are suffering. Now coming to the second part, that is ignorance. Shri Priya Mataji. I'm sorry. Yeah, please unmute.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Avidya, ignorance. There are many snakes on the ground of the forest, and when a fire takes place, it burns the dried foliage, and the snakes are immediately attacked. Similarly, the blazing fire of Krishna consciousness is so strong, the snakes of ignorance are immediately killed. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Thank you.
Thank you. So the ignorance, it is compared to the snake. What kind of snake? It is sinful activity. So whatever sin we have performed, it is like a snake in the forest. Now, how to destroy these snakes? By forest fire. The devotional service what we perform, it will act like a forest fire and it will destroy all the snakes. Why specifically snakes are taken as the example is, other animals can run away. They can jump and go. But snakes, they cannot jump. They are only crawling on the floor. So when there is fire in the forest, they get destroyed very easily. The snakes will be killed very easily. Similarly, the devotional service is compared to the blazing fire of Krishna consciousness. So because of that, all the snakes of ignorance will be immediately removed. So whenever a person performs devotion to Krishna, Vasudeve Bhagavati, Bhakti Yoga Madokshade, Kurvantya Hetukim, but it says is, when a person begins his devotion to Krishna, he will get the knowledge automatically, whatever needed. You don't have to have academic qualification to understand Krishna. The devotion to Krishna will give all the understandings of Krishna. In our parampara, we have the Acharya called Srila Gaura Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj. He has never studied anything in his life like the academics. He never learned how to write his name also. He did not even know how to sign his name. But he is the Acharya in our life, because in our parampara, because he has understood the conclusion of all the Shastras. He is the Guru of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So by performing devotional service to Krishna, all the knowledge will be available to the person who is performing devotion to Krishna. So all the ignorance, it will be removed at once, and a person comes to the real understanding. He will understand who is Krishna and how to understand, how to get Krishna. He will be clearly understanding. He will be practicing Krishna consciousness, and he can guide others towards Krishna. Kleshagni, Papam, Bijam, and Avidya. These three things we have understood. Okay. Shri Hari Priya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Kleshagni. Material contamination is very subtle. Its beginning, its fruition and results, and how one suffers such results in the form of distress are part of a great chain. When one catches some disease, it is often very difficult to ascertain the cause of the disease. The practical injection to stop all the fructifications of the seeds of our sinful activities is simply engagement in Krishna consciousness. Chapter 1, page 6. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you. So this is the material contamination, which is very subtle in its nature. How it starts, how it gives the result, it's all very difficult to understand. Gahana karmano gatihi, as Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. The reactions of activities, it's very difficult to understand how it is acting. So don't try to analyze the karma, or don't try to remove this karma. This karma will be removed automatically when a person performs devotional service. So our intention is to please Krishna. Our intention is not to come out of sinful reaction. Sinful reaction will be removed as a byproduct. When we burn the fuel, the intention is to get the fire, not to destroy the fuel. You are using LPG gas in your stove for cooking some food. Now you are making chapati or rice, dal, sweet, all those things. Now what is the intention? Intention is to get the food. Intention is not to empty the cylinder. The cylinder will be emptied as a byproduct. Means it will be on the process, it goes down. That's all. Similarly, the activity, devotional service, what we perform, intention is to please Krishna, make Krishna happy. In that process, our sinful reaction, it will go away. It will get destroyed. The process is for pleasing Krishna, not for getting all these benefits. But these are the benefits we get when we perform devotion to Krishna. Yeah. Anybody else would like to read? Can raise their hand. Jayanti Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Kleshagni. This sinful desire seed can be removed only by achieving Krishna consciousness, and this can be accomplished very easily by chanting the Mahamantra or Hare Krishna mantra as recommended by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In other words, unless one adopts the path of devotional service, he cannot be 100% clean from the reactions of sinful activities. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. So if you are really want to become fully free from the contamination, one has to take to devotional service. The prayaschitta, it cannot clear somebody completely. The prayaschitta is compared as an elephant taking bath, Kunjara Sauchavat. The elephant takes bath in the water and again it will go to the mud and it will put that mud on its on its body again, because the seed, it is still there. The tendency to perform sinful activity, it is still there. It has not been removed. So how it can be removed? By the performance of devotional service to Krishna. Okay, now let us have a kirtan. I think Sureshwar Priya Mataji will be doing the kirtan.
Yes,
Mataji.
Prabhuji.
Yeah, please raise your hand. Should I make her co-host or somebody will share the screen? Yes, Mataji, please start.
Not open the mic.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I'm going to chant this one, Shikshashtagam, sorry, not Shikshashtagam, Shaji Sudha Ashtagam by Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. And I'm just requesting Rakshita Mataji to share that, if you can.
I'm actually using my phone to.
Okay, let me see, I can do it or not. Please, 1 second. Okay, I could do it. Hare Krishna, this is an experiment for me today. I am successful.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, so the Shaji Sudha Ashtagam I am just reciting. Navagauravaram Pushpasharam Navabhavadharam Navahashyakaram Navahimavaram Pranamami Shaji Sudha Gauravaram Pranamami Shaji Sudha Gauravaram Nava Prema Yudham Navanita Shujam Nava Veshakritam Nava Prema Rasam Navadhavila Sadhuda Premamayam Pranamami Shaji Sudha Gauravaram Pranamami Shaji Sudha Gauravaram Pranamami Shaji Sudha Gauravaram Hari Bhakti Param हरिनामधरं करजाप्यकरं हरिनामपरं नयने सततं प्रणयाश्रुधरं प्रणमामि शचीसुतगौरवरं प्रणमामि शचीसुतगौरवरं प्रणमामि शचीसुतगौरवरं सततं जनदा भवतापहरं परमार्थपरायण लोकगतिं नबलेहकरं जगतापहरं प्रणमामि शचीसुतगौरवरं प्रणमामि शचीसुतगौरवरं प्रणमामि शचीसुतगौरवरं निजभक्तिकरं प्रियचारुतरं नटनर्तननागरराजकुलं कुलकामिनी मानसलास्यकरं प्रणमामि शचीसुतगौरवरं प्रणमामि शचीसुतगौरवरं प्रणमामि शचीसुतगौरवरं करतालबलं कलकण्ठरवं मृदुवाद्यसुवीनिकया मधुरं निजभक्तिगुणावृतनाट्यकरं प्रणमामि शचीसुतगौरवरं प्रणमामि शचीसुतगौरवरं प्रणमामि शचीसुतगौरवरं युगधर्मयुधं पुनर्नन्दसुतं धरणीषु चित्रं भवभावोचितं तनुध्यानचितं निजवासयुधं प्रणमामि शचीसुतगौरवरं प्रणमामि शचीसुतगौरवरं प्रणमामि शचीसुतगौरवरम् अरुणं नदने स्खलितं स्वकनामधरं कुरुते सुरसं जगदाजीवनं प्रणमामि शचीसुतगौरवरं प्रणमामि शचीसुतगौरवरं प्रणमामि शचीसुतगौरवरं प्रणमामि शचीसुतगौरवरं प्रणमामि शचीसुतगौरवरं. Hare Krishna. Can I read the translation also? Hare Krishna. Translation: his complexion is the hue of fresh cream tinged with kumkum. He is the ever fresh Cupid who shoot arrows of newly blossoming flowers. He bears newer and newer moods of emotional ecstasies. He is fond of performing novel dances. He makes ever new jokes that cause much laughter. His brilliant luster is like freshly cast gold. I bow down to Gaura, the beautiful son of Mother Shachi. He is endowed with ever fresh love of Godhead. His radiant luster is like color of fresh butter. His fresh attire is arranged in ever new fashions. He relishes ever new mellows of love for Krishna. He shines in ninefold new ways while executing the ninefold process of devotion. He is permeated with the most auspicious loving nature. I bow down to Gaura, the beautiful son of Mother Shaji. He is absorbed in devotion to Sri Hari. He maintains the chanting of the names on fingers of his hands. He is addicted to the name of Hari. He always has tears of love welling in his eyes. I bow down to Gaura, the beautiful son of Mother Shaji. He is always removing the suffering of material existence for mankind. He is the goal of life for persons who are dedicated to their supreme interest. He inspires men to become like honeybees, eager for the honey of Krishna Prema. He removes the burning fever of the material world. I bow down to Gaura, the beautiful son of Mother Shaji. He motivates pure devotion unto himself. He is the most attractive to his beloved servitors. By his dramatic dancing, he exhibits the characteristics of the king of Paramas. He causes the minds of beautiful young village women to dance. I bow down to Gaura, the beautiful son of Mother Shaji. He plays kartals as his throat emits sweet melodious sounds and the vibrant notes of the veena are softly played. He thus inspires the devotees to perform dramatic dancing that is infused with aspects of his devotional service. I bow down to Gaura, the beautiful son of Mother Shaji. He is accompanied by the Sankirtana movement, which is religious practice for the age of Kali. He is the son of Nanda Maharaja, come again. He is the extraordinarily brilliant ornament of the earth. His preaching mood is suitably adapted to the cycle of birth and death. His consciousness is fixed in meditation on his own form of Krishna. He is always accompanied by his transcendental abode. I bow down to Gaura, the beautiful son of Mother Shaji. His eyes, the soles of his feet, and his clothing are reddish like the color that heralds the rising sun. As he utters his own names, his voice falters. He awakens the sweet of flavor to life throughout the universe. I bow down to Gaura, the beautiful son of Mother Shaji. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, everybody.
Okay, let us continue our discussion. So these are the three things we have learned today. Kleshagni Shubhada, it's a part of sadhana. Moksha Lagutakrit Sudurlabha Bhava Bhakti and Sandharananda Visheshatma Sri Krishna Karshani Prema. So till now we have understood about Kleshagni, or in that also what is Klesha. Because unless we understand, we will not be able to realize that I have got something special. Because we take everything for granted. When we come to Krishna consciousness, Krishna gives us a lot of gift, but we don't value it. We will value only when we lose it again. So we should understand what was our earlier situation and now what is my situation, condition. That is Klesha. Klesha is removed. Next, further continuation, Shubhada. Pure devotional service is the beginning of all auspiciousness. It will start the auspiciousness. Yeah, those who like to read can raise the hand. Deepti Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Shubhada. Srila Rupa Goswami has given a definition of auspiciousness. He says that actual auspiciousness means welfare activities for all the people of the world. The Krishna consciousness movement is so nice that it can render the highest benefit to the entire human race. Everyone can be attracted by this movement and everyone can feel the result. Chapter 1, page 8. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. So if you really want to make some good gift to someone, that is Krishna consciousness. Give this gift of Krishna consciousness to them, they will be eternally happy. Because why do we give gift to someone for any occasion? To make them happy. I want to see them happy. So you can see someone happy by giving them Krishna consciousness. So either knowingly or unknowingly, they will begin their happy life. Sarita Kapoor Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji Dandavat Pranam. Shubhada, Therefore, Rupa Goswami and other learned scholars agree that a broad propaganda program for the Krishna consciousness movement of devotional service all over the world is the highest humanitarian welfare activity. Chapter 1, page 8. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So there is a need for propagating this Krishna consciousness all over the world. And it should be done in a institutional wise. Just like Bhakti, the devotion to Krishna, it is a personal activity. A person has to take personal care, personal interest to please Krishna. But it has to be done in a institutional wise or in an organization, so that everyone gets benefited. Even if you are not able to get the solution from one single person for your spiritual practice, the institution has so many great devotees, the acharyas who are coming in parampara. You can take advantage of their association. So overall, the person is benefited. The Srila Prabhupada has made this International Society for Krishna Consciousness, and all the devotees who are authorized in this institution, they all giving the same message. There is no difference. That is the Guru Tattva. That means the Guru, maybe there are so many people, but the knowledge that we are getting from that Guru, it is same. This knowledge has to be spread all over the world. So how to do this? First, one has to practice Krishna consciousness by himself, and one has to implement in his life. Then he has to teach to others also. This is our responsibility. Bharata Bhumite Manushya Janma Hailayara Janma Sarthaka Kari Karo Parapakara. You have taken birth in this holy land of Bharat Bhumi, then learn this science of spirituality. Learn who is Krishna, what is his teachings, what is devotional service. Practice it, then give to others also. Make them also devotees. This is our mission of life, or this is the desire of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, or this is the desire of Srila Prabhupada. This is the only thing which can save the world, which can bring peace in the world, which can break all the borders, which can remove all kinds of wars, which can make everyone happy. That is Shubhada. It will bring happiness for each and every person, for human beings as well as for animals, birds, insects. Everyone is getting benefited. When you are chanting the holy name of the Lord, even the ants or the insects, cockroach, which is there in your room, it is also getting some kind of benefit, because the vibration is coming to them also. So it is all auspicious. Next, Sukham. Shri Hari Priya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Sukham bestows superior happiness. Lord Chaitanya once revealed himself to his confidential devotee, Holovecha Sridhara, and offered him any opulences he liked. But Sridhara informed the Lord that he did not want.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yes, ma'am. Continue.
But Sridhara informed the Lord that he did not want any material opulence. That is the position of pure devotees. Nectar of Devotion, page 13. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Kola Vecha Sridhara. This is the devotee who was selling some banana plants, banana leaves. He used to sell this, and he was earning very little amount of money. And from that also, he was spending 50% of the earned income for the service of the Lord, in worship of the Lord. In that way, he was living. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was a small boy, he used to go there, and he was playing with him. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told him, I will give you one benediction. Please ask for benediction. Then he did not accept the benediction of liberation. So when he offered this opulence, like you can say, offered him any opulence he liked, he never accepted. He did not want any kind of material opulence He doesn't have any material desire. So he only wants the service to Krishna. He don't want anything else. That is how a pure devotee is. Next comes the moksha lagutakrit. Jayanti Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. The 6 characteristics of pure devotional service. Moksha lagutar krit. Those in pure devotional service deride even the conception of liberation.
Yes. Kaivalyam narakayate. The liberation, especially the Sayujya Mukti, it is not desired by anyone. It is like hell for a devotee, because becoming one with the Brahma Jyoti, there is no variety. So in being in that situation, and even the going back to Godhead also, the devotee is not planning for it, or he is not desiring for it. What he wants Mama Janmani Janmani Ishware Bhavatad Bhakti Rahetu Kritvaya. Life after life, I want your devotion to the devotion to Krishna only. You don't want anything else. That is moksha lagutakrit. These all are happening in the Bhava Bhakti state. Shri Hari Priya Mataji.
Moksha Lagutark derides the conception of liberation. It is stated in Narad Pancharatra that as the personal attendants and maid servants of a queen follow the queen with all respect and obeisances, similarly, the joys of religiousness, economic development, sense gratification, and liberation follow the devotional service of the Lord. Nectar of Devotion, pages 13 to 14. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
So the all kinds of Purushartha, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, all these things will just come and stand on the doorstep of a devotee. But the devotee don't ask for it, or the devotee will not accept it. Mukti Swayam Mukutanjalihi Sevatyasman. Dharmartha Kama Gataya Samaya Pratiksha. The Mukti, the liberation, Mukutanjalihi, it will join its hand and it will come near the doorstep of devotee. Then Dharma Artha Kama Gataya Samaya Pratiksha. It is asking for the time, or it is asking for an appointment with that devotee. But devotee is not caring for it. I don't want these things. I don't want liberation. I don't want any Purushartha. I want only the devotion to Krishna. That is Moksha Lagutakrit. These things, we are not at this level. This is all the characteristics of Bhava Bhakti state. Next comes Sudurlabha. Shri Priya Sampat Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. The 6 characteristics of pure devotional service. Sudurlabha. Pure devotional service is rarely achieved.
Yes, everyone cannot achieve this. This is all looks very nice to hear. It is very attractive words, but it is very, very difficult to achieve this pure devotional service. As Bhagavad Gita says, Manushanam sahasreshu kaschit yat siddhaye. Yadatam api siddhanam kaschin mam veti tatvatah. There are many people who try for spiritual practice, but it is very, very difficult to get the perfection in this. It is not that the devotion is difficult or Krishna is difficult to achieve. It is because our own tendency, our material desire, which it will not allow. Unless we are really want Krishna, Krishna will not give himself to us. Krishna will ask, do you want opulence, material opulence? If we say yes, okay, you'll be here. Then no further advancement. Do you want name and fame? Do you want knowledge? Do you want this? Do you want that? If you say yes, okay, you can take it. If the just like child, the child is not satisfied with anything. A child has lost its parents in a some ceremony, some like jatra is going on. Somehow the child missed its mother's or father's hand. Now child is crying. How to make the child peaceful? You can give a balloon or you can give a toy. The child will not become pacified. It will be pacified only by taking the child to the parents. So when we are roaming in this material world, Krishna will offer so many benedictions. depending on the tapasya that we perform, the punya, the pious activity we do. He will give us material opulence. He will give opportunity for name and fame, knowledge, all these things. If we get satisfied, oh, okay, Krishna, you are so merciful. You are giving me all these things. Thank you very much. Okay. Okay, then you be here. No further going. But if a devotee is using those opulences, he is still further continuing his devotion service, then Krishna gives him the real benefit. That is devotion to Krishna. Hare Krishna Mahamantra. There was a devotee who came to Sanatana Goswami, and he asked Sanatana Goswami that, Goswami, you have something very precious gem with you. It's called Chintamani. Can you give it to me? Then Sanatana Goswami says, okay, you can take it. I think it is there somewhere near that dustbin. He has kept it there. Okay, you can go and take it there. Okay, that person took it, and while going, he thought, why Sanatana Goswami kept this so precious gem near the dustbin? That means he has something more special than this. So that devotee came back to Sanatana Goswami. He asked, do you have something more precious than this with you? He said, yes. Can you give that to me? Then he told, you have to go and throw this to Ganga and then come back. Then it was very difficult for him. How can I throw this to Ganga? It is so precious. This Chintamani, anything you touch with it, it will turn into gold. And you can make a lot of money with it. Now I have to throw this. So whatever amount of gold it can produce, whatever it may be, you just have to throw it. So with a lot of difficulty, he went and threw it in the river. Then he came back. Okay, now you sit. Take this bead. Chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So that is the most precious gem one can get in his life. If we don't make use of this, then we will not get it back once more, because we are not made the proper utility of that opportunity. Krishna will not give another chance. In this world, there are many people who are living in so many ways. There are people who don't know anything about Krishna consciousness. And there are people who even if they know, they have no opportunity to practice. And even if they practice, they don't have proper guidance. So all these problems, but we are fortunate. We have got all this facility. And still, if you are not practicing, then Krishna will not give another chance. Okay, you have finished your opportunity, you are not taken, then no more. So you will not get the chance once more. So make use of this Sudurlabha, which is rarely achieved, and one has to take to this Krishna consciousness and make his life perfect. Jayanti Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Sudurlabha, rarely achieved, cannot be achieved by one's own efforts. In the preliminary phase of spiritual life, there are different kinds of austerities, penances, and similar processes for attaining self-realization. But all such endeavors can hardly offer anyone devotional service to the Lord. Not even if one tries for it by such processes for many, many thousands of births. Nectar of Devotion, page 14. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. It is very, very difficult, or it is impossible to become a doctor or an engineer or a lawyer sitting at home. One has to take the admission to the college, which is recognized by the government. Then he will get the certificate and he will be allowed to practice. Similarly, whatever kind of austerity one may perform, the penances and any kind of processes like some prayaschitta or whatever one can do, one will not come to the understanding of devotional service, or one will not be able to realize Bhagavan feature of the Lord. That is not possible. That is possible only with the association of the devotees. Otherwise, one cannot achieve this. It is very, very difficult. It is only by the mercy of the pure devotee we can achieve Krishna. Krishna gives himself in the hand of a pure devotee. And that pure devotee can give Krishna to others. Shri Haripriya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Sudarlabha rarely achieved. Krishna rarely awards it. Krishna rarely agrees to offer a soul devotional service because by devotional service, the Lord himself becomes purchased by the devotee. Nectar of Devotion, page 15. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Right. So this we have seen already. When Krishna offers devotion to Krishna, someone, his own devotion to someone, that person can control Krishna. So he will not give that unless he really convinced that this person is a pure devotee. Otherwise, Krishna will not award. Next, this is the state of pure, this Prema Bhakti. Yeah, anybody else would like to read? They can raise their hands. Sarita Kapoor Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. The 6 characteristics of the pure devotional service. Sandrananda Visheshatma. Pure devotional service automatically puts one in the transcendental pleasure.
Yes.
It's more.
Yeah.
Incalculable condensed bliss.
Yes, that's it.
That's it. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, sir. Hare Krishna. Thank you, sir.
So this is the Sandrananda Visheshatma, the comparison of the pleasure that one achieves when he performs devotion to Krishna. There are different kinds of pleasure that we get in this material world. We'll get the pleasure when the senses come in touch with the sense objects, Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. That is material pleasure. And also there is a pleasure when a person tries to merge with the Brahman, or when he is completely free from the material contamination, then he will get the happiness. But this devotion to Krishna, it is like ocean in front of these small happiness. These small happiness, the material pleasure or Brahmananda, they are like a drop in the ocean of spiritual pleasure. It is explained in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu itself. Brahmanando bhaved esha chet parardha guni kritaha naiti bhakti sukambhode paramanu tulam api. Srila Rupa Goswami says that if Brahmananda, or the happiness of becoming one with the Supreme, is multiplied by 1 trillion fold, it still cannot compare to an atomic fraction of the happiness derived from the ocean of devotional service. So this spiritual bliss that is there, it is so much happiness that a person will never come back once he achieves this. And it is achieved in our spiritual body, not in this material body. Our material body cannot even handle it. If a person gets this spiritual pleasure, the happiness which is present, which is available, so that only at the state of prema bhakti a person can feel it. And finally, it is the Shri Krishna Akarshini. Pure devotional service is the only means to attack Krishna. Yeah, Muralidhar Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. To perform devotional service means to follow in the footsteps of Radharani, and devotees in Vrindavana put themselves under the care of Radharani in order to achieve perfection in their devotional service. Being directly under the control of the internal potency of Krishna, devotional service attracts even Krishna himself. Nectar of Devotion, page 16. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. When a person comes to this Prema Bhakti, he is completely under the protection of Radharani. Because Radharani is the one who is bestowing this devotion to Krishna. So when Radharani is pleased, she will take us to Krishna. Otherwise, it is not possible. We should take the blessings of Radharani and the pure devotees of the Lord who are already in that Prema Bhakti to Lord Shri Krishna. Through that, a person can come to the pure devotional service or Prema Bhakti, and he can eternally engage in the service of the Lord by constantly relishing the pleasure that is available in the association of the Lord. So in this way, there are 6 characteristics: Kleshagni, Shubhada, Moksha Lagutakrit, Sudurlabha, Sandrananda Visheshatma, Shri Krishna, Akarshini. So we have done overview of 6 characteristics of your devotional service, and after the different stages, at what stages they are manifested with respect to purports, comments by Srila Prabhupada, and the 4 kinds of effects of sin and how devotional service has the power to nullify all these reactions. It is explained, and also discuss the relevance of the 6 characteristics of devotional service in our practice of Krishna consciousness. So finally, Srila Prabhupada says, Shri Priya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. He remained with those royal brothers Pandavas, being attracted by the devotion, by their friendship, and by love. That is the proof of how great this process of devotional service is. It can attract even the Supreme Personality of Godhead. God is great, but devotional service is greater than God because it attracts him. People who are not in devotional service can never understand what great value there is in rendering service to the Lord. Chapter 1, page 8. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. So this is the example of Pandavas. Pandavas are so attached to Krishna, they are so much devoted to Krishna that Krishna got attracted by their love. He got moved by their love, and he stayed there, and Krishna reciprocated with them. So this is how the great devotees or pure devotees deals with the Lord. So with this, we have come to the conclusion of today's chapter. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So with this, we have completed the first wave, that is Samanya Bhakti. Next, we will be continuing to the second wave, that is Sadhana Bhakti. In that also, the Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti, that will be done in the next class. So if anybody has any questions with regard to today's discussion, they can raise their hands. Sureshwar Priya Mataji.
Hare Krishna. From Bhagavad Gita to nectar of devotion, are we not getting demoralized? Because by 18th chapter, we were having so much of confidence. And once we come to this particular level, now where exactly we stand, it is a very big question. Now, I just noted down certain points you said. So you said whodom can be avoided by devotional service. But we might be reaching, we are undergoing the prarabdha. So when we are talking about all this to a common man, he will not understand all this. Even none of us are fully versed with that. Whenever you say we understand something, later on we forget also. So, and they will ask so many other questions, Prabhuji. They will ask, how Ajamila got. Only once he took Harinam, then he got to Krishna Loka, and similarly that Gajendra and all. So all these people got it without all these hurdles. Then what about us? Then we all are chanting the holy name sincerely, but where exactly we stand, according to you, Prabhuji? Please, Hare Krishna, just motivate us.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. It is like you will be encouraged to perform pure devotion service to your best capacity. At the same time, you will be protected from not to go out. Both should be done at the same time. Just like for the children, we say, the exam will be very easy. Don't get tensed. Study with cool mind. At the same time, put your full effort. Both should be there. Don't take devotional service to be very, very easy, or don't think that it is impossible. And giving devotion to someone is Krishna's choice and the choice of his pure devotee. There are so many acharyas who have given devotion to their disciples for doing very small services. It is out of their wish that is possible, because Krishna can bestow his devotion. Why Ajamila got it? Because Krishna was pleased. Ajamila has done a lot of service in its youth, and at the time of death he called for the son, but still his call was so much moving to Krishna that he decided to give him another chance. Don't take him to the hell. Otherwise, he will go to hell and he has to come back to 84 lakh species of life, and it will take millions of lifetime. But Krishna had some hope in him, so he gave another chance. And even Gajendra also, he has a devotee in his previous life, and he was cursed to become an elephant. And that the crocodile is also a Gandharva, Gandharva, who was cursed to become a crocodile. So because of which they again got the benefit of going back to Godhead. That is possible by the causeless mercy, because we say causeless. There is no cause. I can't say. There is no equation. If you are fulfilling these aspects, you will be taken back to Godhead. No. If Krishna is pleased, that is the only condition. If Krishna is pleased, you will be able to go back to Godhead. That is the only thing. If a spiritual master finds that this devotee is doing very sincere effort, but because his capacity is very low, he is not able to perform too many austerities, never mind. I will recommend him back to Godhead. Okay, you can go. So don't take devotion to be very easy process and forget the austerities. At the same time, don't take it too much difficult and run away from that. So that both things should be there. We consider Krishna to be very great. And there are people who consider God to be very great, and they say that the Lord is so great, he is so great that I cannot achieve him. I can't even think of him. So I will not think of him. So they are not devotees. They are also saying God is great and he is so great, I don't want to think of him. Or some people are there, they don't even understand anything about the Lord. They don't understand the Lord's position at all. So that is another extreme. So both are wrong. One should understand what is God. One should understand what is his position. And at the same time, one should realize that we can achieve Krishna. When Prahlad Maharaj was paying obeisances to Narasimhadev, Narasimhadev kept his hand on the head of Prahlad Maharaj. And Prabhupada writes in the purport, this same hand which is giving blessings to Prahlad is available to all of us. That is how Prabhupada is encouraging us. Prabhupada has told anybody who is there present in this institution, who is just holding my dhoti, I will take them back to Godhead. Just chant Hare Krishna and be in this institution, be in the association of the Lord. Read my books, chant. These are the two processes Prabhupada has told. He has told means he will do it. So there is nothing to panic or demoralize. It is at the same time you should take it seriously. Don't think that it will be very easy.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Sarita Kapoor Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, just I want to ask this, all these what you have given, the shlokas are not there in the book, no? Our book is different. Well, from where we are supposed to read about it? Because this is plain description and all the pages are not corresponding as cross-checking. So probably we have to buy another book, Prabhuji.
No, Mataji, there is no need to buy another book. Even if you find it some difference, you can refer to this Gita base, this Veda base. In this you can find if there is some difference in the edition. Most of the things are there in this book, and this book doesn't contain the shloka.
Yeah, it doesn't have shlokas, what you were putting up, Prabhuji.
It has only the
description part. Yeah.
It's like Krishna book. Which
yeah, correct. Yeah.
So this is enough. Whatever you have, that is enough. You just read that much only. Within that only, you will understand what is the concept.
But all this what you explained today is there?
Yes, Mataji. And also the
Those categorization, because we read a few of in the Bhakti Riksha, but maybe we haven't reached that point of what we couldn't get all these categorizations of what you all explained, Prabhuji.
You go to handbook, no?
I have this one, Prabhuji.
Yeah, that is true. That is the book. And also the Bhakti Shastri handbook you have, no?
Yeah.
In that, if you go to that point, say there is a content here in page number 64. So if you go to 64.
Yeah, there it's.
Yeah, there all the charts are available.
Okay. Okay.
This
Maybe I didn't refer yet to this.
I think it is not in 64. Was that 64 only?
Yes, Prabhuji. It was mentioned as 64.
Nectar of Devotion 64. But somewhere else it is. Okay, I will just show.
But Prabhuji, yes, it is there. Even
yeah, it is there. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is here.
Okay. Okay, Prabhuji. I have this actually. I will refer. Thank you so much.
Where you get all the details.
Yeah. Okay, but then now in Bhakti Riksha group and we'll study from this. Thank you so much.
Yes, Hare
I was trying to search and I was not getting, so I thought I'll have to refer to your lecture back again and then get the points.
You have all the details. It is here.
Thank you so much.
72 and 73 page numbers.
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Hare.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Rakshita Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. In I have a very it's a confusion actually. In English, Bhagavad Gita in Vibhuti Yoga, Krishna says no, he is there in banyan tree. But then in Kannada Bhagavad Gita, if you see, it says Ashwath Vriksha. So what is the difference? Like which tree he is in actually?
Yeah, Ashwatha is different from banyan. It's Kannada we say Alada Mara and Ashwatha Mara. But a big tree. Somewhere it is referred as Ashwatha, somewhere it is referred as banyan. You can take both. Both are okay because the roots of the tree are going in upward and downward direction. That is possible in the banyan tree, which is moving up and down. And, some of the images which we can see, it is the banyan tree what they show. And the shloka says Ashwattham Prahuravyayam, Ashwatha Vriksha. So overall we can say it's a big tree which is referring to the material world, which is upside down. Both trees can be as an example.
Okay, and one more question, Prabhuji. What is Namabhas stage?
Namabhasa is the clearing state. When we chant the holy name of the Lord, in the beginning we are in the Namaparada state. In the Namaparada state, even if you chant for millions of lifetime, there is no hope for liberation. One will not move an inch also. One has to come to the Namabhasa state. But what is this Namabhasa state? In Namabhasa state, the person is understanding his limitations and trying to concentrate on the holy name of the Lord. One should have a conscious effort to understand or to hear the holy name of the Lord when he is chanting. That is called Namabhasa state. It is compared to the sunrise. During sunrise, there is no sun visible in the sky, but there is light. Similarly, in the Namabhasa state, the person will feel the effect of spiritual advancement, but still he has not come to the prema of the Lord. The Krishna prema has not yet arisen in his heart. So that is the Namabhasa. Namabhasa itself is so powerful that it can give liberation. And, the next prema bhakti, it will give Krishna prema. The Nama, what is that? Nama Prada, Nama Basa, and Shuddha Nama. In the Shuddha Nama state, a person gets love for Krishna. And love for Krishna is higher than liberation.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. And one more thing, I don't know if I have to say this, but Giridhar Gopal Prabhuji is chanting 108 rounds on Ekadashi. Giridhar Gopal Prabhuji. I thought I should, congratulate, as in, tell you all about it. So he chants 108 rounds for every Ekadashi. That's so inspiring.
How much time you take, Prabhuji?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
I take 10.5 hours, Prabhuji. So
10.5 hours.
yeah, 10.5 hours. In between, I take break and then I go.
You dedicate all Ekadashis for the holy name. Very nice. All glories to you.
Hare Krishna. It is all because of Lalita Narayan Mataji, Prabhuji. So,
Okay.
so during level 3, no, Mataji is also a teacher in Bhagavad Gita.
Okay.
So she teaches advanced level 2, and I had this opportunity to study L3, level 3 along with her. So I was in her Bhakti Vriksha group. So she inspired us to chant. Mataji used to chant 108 every day.
Oh, very well.
So because of her, we also got inspired, and then we started chanting. So.
Very nice words.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes, when we chant the Hare Krishna mantra more and more, we get more and more purification. Just like as we practice more, we'll come to the perfection. So when we chant, we should try to hear the holy name and then do the chanting instead of making mechanical chanting. Yeah, Sarita Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji, I just have one doubt. Where you mentioned in the, I think, last slide, which was talking about the happiness which is derived by performance of devotional service, which is not even, I mean, we can't even compare to that which is one gets in impersonal, merging into impersonal. So you mentioned that this is achieved in a spiritual body and not in a material body. So that means the pure devotees, Prabhuji, they're like they are experiencing that happiness, no? So yes. How to understand?
Yeah, the spiritual happiness. If we feel that spiritual happiness in this material body, this body cannot handle it. We can see the behavior of so many pure devotees. They are totally in a different platform. We cannot understand. People think that they are mad. They faint in front of the Lord, or they cry loudly. They are fully absent about, they are not at all bothered about the external situations. So that is very rarely we can see the pure devotee. And even if we see, we cannot understand. And the actual pleasure that we have, that is only we can experience it in our spiritual body. When it comes to this material body fails to take that pleasure. It is so high. That intensity
so, Prabhuji,
is too high.
That means how, I mean, pure devotees, that means their body is spiritual. We should consider
yeah, spiritual body it is. It is not ordinary body. That's why we make samadhi for them. Their body is worshipable. We make samadhi for the spiritual master, the pure devotees of the Lord, and it will be kept as like a jewel for us. We go and take blessings of them. Anything that you use in the service of the Lord, it will be considered as spiritual. So their body, they have not used it for any material purpose. They have completely used it for the service of the Lord. It has become spiritualized.
Okay. Understood, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Any other question? Yeah, Deepti Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for this amazing session. Yeah, it was really enlightening. And whatever Sureshwari Priya Mataji said, no, about Putam, Bijam, Papam, we were really thinking, introspecting on those particular points as well, even the devotional service. So, Prabhuji, I don't have any question as such, but just wanted to inform you that I have shared 2 of my essays yesterday on your personal email ID, because that is what has been shared with us. And one is pending, Prabhuji. Sorry, we are, extending. We got delayed.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah, we need some more time.
For